What if politics wasn't just about debates and bureaucracy, but a full-blown spectacle? Andrew Tate's Manifesto reads like a blockbuster script, packed with jaw-dropping policies that are either the boldest ideas Britain has seen or the most outrageous proposals ever put forward. Let's break it all down. Andrew Tate's vision for the UK is nothing short of radical. His manifesto is a cocktail of hardline policies, no-nonsense governance, and a few ideas that wouldn't be out of place in a dystopian thriller. From turning the Royal Navy into an immigration enforcement squad to broadcasting real-time punishment on national TV, his proposals leave no room for political correctness. What's on the menu? Tate's plan calls for the Royal Navy to patrol the English Channel as if it were an exclusive VIP-only pool party. His vision is clear. Anyone trying to enter the UK illegally will not receive the traditional rescue mission treatment. The goal? To reduce illegal immigration to a big, bold zero. Imagine a fleet of naval vessels cruising the Channel, equipped with state-of-the-art surveillance, ready to intercept and deter those attempting to cross illegally. Tate's idea rests on the belief that a visible, relentless patrol will act as a psychological deterrent. While the plan sounds tough, it raises major questions about international law and the UK's obligations under maritime rescue conventions. Critics argue that turning away those in peril could lead to humanitarian crises, while supporters see it as a strict enforcement of national borders. This proposal is bound to ignite debate in Parliament and among human rights organizations. The rhetoric is unapologetic, yet the operational challenges, ranging from cost to the ethical dilemmas of refusing aid, make this one of his more controversial stances. What's on the menu? To tackle knife crime, and yes, also addressing the broader issues of violent crimes like rape, Tate's manifesto suggests launching a new BBC channel dubbed BBC Punishment. Here, real-time broadcasts of offenders serving solitary confinement would serve as a deterrent. Think of it as a grim reality TV show where the consequences of violent crime are broadcast live. The idea is to shock potential offenders into thinking twice about their actions by showcasing the harsh realities of incarceration. This proposal isn't just a media innovation, it's a radical approach to punishment. Critics warn that airing real-time punishments could infringe on privacy rights and further stigmatize individuals. There are also questions about due process and whether such broadcasts could turn into a form of public spectacle rather than a rehabilitative measure. In his education overhaul, Tate wants to ban all LGBTQ+ content from school curricula, labeling it as propaganda. His aim? To foster what he calls traditional values in our classrooms. The proposal would entail a complete revision of educational materials, removing any content that doesn't align with a narrowly defined view of tradition. Proponents argue this is a move to preserve cultural heritage, while opponents see it as censorship. Education is more than just imparting knowledge, it's about shaping minds and societal norms. By eliminating diverse perspectives, critics warn that the proposal could marginalize students and foster an environment of intolerance. This point is arguably one of the most contentious. It taps into broader cultural battles about identity and modernity. Whether you support or oppose it, the proposal forces a dialogue on what should or shouldn't be taught in schools. Tate envisions a Britain where modern art installations, often seen as abstract and perplexing, are replaced with statues and monuments celebrating British heroes. It's a call to reconnect citizens with a more conventional national narrative. The plan would involve a cultural audit of public art, followed by a reinstallation process. Statues of historical figures and national icons would take center stage in parks, squares, and public buildings. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's a philosophical stance. Tate argues that modern art alienates the average citizen, while traditional monuments evoke pride and a sense of unity. However, art aficionados warn that this approach could stifle creative expression and reduce cultural diversity. There's also the practical side. Funding for such an overhaul would have to be sourced, potentially diverting resources from other public services. Yet, supporters see it as an investment in national identity. Tate's manifesto calls for slashing foreign aid expenditures to zero, with the idea that those funds should instead be reinvested into domestic priorities. By cutting foreign aid, the argument goes, the UK can focus on addressing its own issues, be it infrastructure, education, or public health. It's a classic put your own house in order first approach. However, this move could have significant diplomatic consequences. The UK's role on the global stage might be undermined, and allies dependent on British aid could feel abandoned. Proponents claim that the savings could stimulate economic growth at home, but detractors point out that foreign aid also serves strategic interests by fostering global stability, which in turn benefits domestic security. In a rare twist for modern politics, Tate pledges that if his policies aren't implemented within the first 45 days of his tenure, he'll step down as Prime Minister. It's accountability on a very strict timeline. This self-imposed deadline is meant to signal a commitment to action and results. It's a way of saying, I'm not here for endless debates. I want to see real change, fast. While it sounds refreshingly decisive, critics argue that policy implementation rarely works on such a tight schedule. Bureaucratic inertia, unforeseen challenges, and the complexities of governance could render the promise impractical. For supporters, it's a breath of fresh air. Politicians rarely hold themselves to such rigorous standards. For skeptics, it's another publicity stunt that might set Tate up for failure. Tate proposes a significant expansion of nuclear energy to achieve national energy independence. The idea is to reduce reliance on foreign energy supplies and secure a stable, sustainable power source for the future. The proposal would involve constructing new nuclear power plants and possibly modernizing existing facilities. The promise is a future where Britain is powered by clean, reliable energy. Nuclear energy is a double-edged sword. While it offers low-carbon energy and enhanced national security, it comes with high upfront costs and long-term waste management challenges. The plan would require massive investment in technology and safety protocols. Supporters believe that a robust nuclear program could make Britain a leader in energy innovation, reducing energy bills and potentially creating thousands of jobs. However, public skepticism about nuclear safety remains a hurdle. In an unexpected twist, Tate's manifesto includes establishing a national Bitcoin reserve alongside a blockchain-based voting system. This move is designed to future-proof the economy and enhance democratic transparency. The idea is to hold a reserve of Bitcoin as a form of economic safeguard, a digital asset that could shield the nation from economic instability and foreign coercion. It's a bold leap into the future of finance. Introducing blockchain-based voting could revolutionize the democratic process by making elections more transparent and tamper-proof. Imagine casting your vote with the security and efficiency of modern technology. Despite the high-tech appeal, there are significant hurdles: volatility in cryptocurrency markets, cybersecurity risks, and the massive infrastructural overhaul required to implement blockchain voting on a national scale. Finally, Tate's economic reform package tackles the tangled mess of the UK tax code, aiming to simplify it and reduce the tax burden on businesses. His goal is to stop the brain drain of entrepreneurs, over 10,000 of whom have reportedly left the country in recent years due to excessive taxation and bureaucratic red tape. The proposal calls for an overhaul of the tax code to make it more straightforward and fair. Simplification could lead to lower administrative costs, less corruption, and a more business-friendly environment. Beyond just taxes, Tate's plan includes bolstering public health initiatives. Think improved nutrition, mental health programs, and accessible healthcare to ensure that citizens are well supported. A healthier workforce is a more productive workforce, after all. Recent statistics show that more than 10,000 entrepreneurs have left the UK in recent years, citing heavy taxation and cumbersome regulations. By simplifying the tax code and creating a friendlier environment for business, Tate hopes to reverse this trend and keep innovation thriving on British soil. The plan isn't just about cutting taxes, it's about reinvesting those savings into the local economy. This could mean more funding for startups, lower business overheads, and ultimately, a more vibrant, competitive market. Andrew Tate's manifesto is anything but conventional, from channeling the Royal Navy to enforce border control to launching a reality TV-style punishment channel. Every proposal is designed to spark debate, often in the most unexpected ways. His plans for nuclear energy, cryptocurrency adoption, and economic reforms are as forward-thinking as they are controversial, challenging the status quo with a blend of audacity and humor. Even Elon Musk has thrown in his 2 cents, suggesting that, win or lose, Tate's ideas on tackling violent crime and integrating Bitcoin into national policy will force the public and political spheres to confront issues that have long been on the back burner. So, whether you're laughing at the outrageous proposals or nodding in agreement with the underlying economic arguments, one thing is certain. Andrew Tate's bid for Prime Minister is turning heads and igniting conversations. It's a political spectacle where every idea, no matter how unconventional, demands a closer look. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most eyebrow-raising political manifestos around, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, remember, sometimes the craziest ideas are the ones that get us talking. Cheers.